Morning to all. On behalf of Adhiyamaan College of Engineering Management, Principal, CSI Student Branch and Department of MCA, I welcome you all for this 3-day faculty development program on future challenges in educational practice and research. First, I would like to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Bastian Babu, CEO, Skillwise Consulting, Chennai. When I approached him to deliver a talk in this FDP, without any hesitation, he accepted. Thank you, Babu sir. Also, I welcome you. Babu sir has joined.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Also, I welcome Dr. Swamidas, HOD MCA, and the coordinator, Professor Saktivel. Welcome you. Next, I would welcome all the professors who have joined in this meeting. Welcome you all, professors. The main aim of this FDP is to discuss the challenges in educational practice and research what we are facing today. See, one question made us to organize this FDP. That is, are our traditional approaches to education still relevant in the era of fourth industrial revolution? This is our question. The answer is not up to the current technology. Actually, fortunately or unfortunately, COVID-19 made us to transit from our traditional teaching to digital-based teaching. But still, we are facing a lot of problems, even in faculty side as well as in student side. And there is a lack in our of technologies. So these are some of the challenges around us in today's digital-based learning and teaching. So by considering all these things, we have organized this FDP. Actually, we plan to organize this FDP as only the computer-based research. But still the people, we are facing a lot of challenges in digital-based teaching. So that is why we would like to discuss what are various challenges, how to tackle the challenges, and how to use the technologies inside our classroom. So that is why the first day we have arranged this digital-based education. So in today's session, Mr. Bastian Babu is going to discuss about various challenges in digital education and how to prepare ourselves to face all these challenges and how to use and utilize the technologies inside our classroom. So now I request Professor Saktivel to introduce our today's speaker. Please, sir, Saktivel, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Very good morning to one and all, those who have been in this online meet. And it is my privilege to give an intro about our beloved resource person, Bastian B. Babu, who is the CEO of Skillwise Consulting of Chennai. And he has completed his undergraduate and postgraduate from Bardiyar University. And he has an act as an external, we can say that extraordinary entrepreneur with an experience of 20 years plus in the field of software development, training and management, and related services also. And he is involved in various services like technical consultants, and he also interviewed for the various international companies and designing education purpose. And presently, he is working as a CEO of Skillwise Consulting, Chennai. And previously, he is doing a projects in Turkey project management, corporate training, and manpower placements. There is a lot of activities going on, right? Skillwise has been committed for providing a total client satisfaction with a higher end platform through their total quality and a team of well-qualified professionals in Skillwise community from financial engineering background. And totally, he had more than 20 years of experience in the real IT sectors in the career of consulting services. Thank you, sir, to accept our presentations in today's session. And thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Actually, we are very fortunate that we are having such a personality for our today's session. So actually, sir will present about 45 to 50 minutes. Then last 10 to 15 minutes, we can have a discussion session. In the meanwhile, if you have any clarification or any queries, you can type your query in the chat box. So collectively, that will be discussed at the end of the session. So now I request our speaker to please take over the session. Sir Babu sir, can you start?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you
Yes,
so much. It's been a great privilege to do a session for your college. I want to thank the administrator of the college and the HOD, Mr. Dr. Swamidas, and also all the other faculty members who gave this opportunity to present. And we run, I'm an entrepreneur. I run a training company called Skillwise. We do technology training and industry domain training for around 175 customers in India and abroad. So this is our day-to-day activity, and it's indeed a privilege to connect with academicians like you to deliver the industry, what is happening around the industry, what is happening after COVID-19, and how the ecosystem of education has changed, and also how the industry is looking at learning and development, so we can align ourselves for the next digital wave where we can maximize our potential. So let me present my slide first. 1 minute. Is it viewable?
Yes,
You're able to
sir.
see?
Yes, sir. You are viewing the presentation. Yes.
Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now we see what are the challenges we have. From March 18th, we are all work from home, and most of the companies are closed. Most of the educational institutions are closed. Now we are having a challenging time in connecting with people through our existing digital equipments and connecting students and employees. All these things are happening, but still we are not ready at the time when we moved from a conventional work style to a work from home work style. And the main challenge is we don't have an infrastructure at home. We don't have an infrastructure in our organization. We never anticipated that this time will come, and we were definitely not prepared for that. So when it comes to learning and development, when it comes to digital, when it comes to education, the new challenge is engaging people and the content delivery. So you will be facing a lot of challenges, even in our session today, having 70 plus audience, continuously engaging them is a challenge because we are highly distracted and highly we have other the retention span of us is very limited. We after 2 minutes we are checking our WhatsApp, we are checking our mails, and how in this we call this as a VUCA world, volatile, uncertainty, complex and ambiguous world. How we are going to have engaged content development, engaged education, engaged interaction with the people through digital platforms. So these are all the challenges we are facing. With that note, I just want to start my session. So in this session, we are going to talk about how virtual learning is happening and what are the advantages, attend from anywhere, and how e-learning content is developed, how engaged is going to be our video, how we are going to have blended learning approach. If this continues, if this scenario continues, how we are going to have a social distancing in a classroom. When people come, we have to have social distancing. That means in a classroom, we cannot have more than 12 people or 10 people. It's like a public exam where we need to give space. So what the rest of the crowd is going to do, how we are going to use mobile and social learning, and how we are going to have gamification in our learning to have a continuous engagement with the audience. And finally, I also want to touch upon micro learning, how we can chop the content into a bite-sized content so that the consumption of content is very easy rather than giving a 1 hour chunk content. Even if a guy misses a session, he will not feel that he missed a session. So he can have a chunks of contents where it's easily consumable, and based on the retention span, we can continuously feed them with more information with respect to our topics. I visited Dubai in last year for a conference called GITEX. So I happened to meet humanoids, robots, and a lot of digital learnings which they are geared up internationally. So some of my experience, what I underwent, also I'm going to share in today's presentation. So when it comes to any learning, the main thing what we expect is return on investment. If you don't have return on investment on something what we do, definitely we are not going to invest on certain things. Now the education from a conventional education is moving towards educational technology. So now we are all connected through technology, and technology is driving us as a platform through which we are doing education. So from education, we move to education technology. Same way, the return on investment will be highly valued. It's not a person who's coming there for just learning something. He is going to experience, he is going to gain knowledge, he is going to gain skills out of your teaching sessions, out of your lecturing sessions. So in what way the ROI is going to have an impact in future? By next year, the student enrollment will be predominantly based on what I will get out of this learning, this session, this particular discipline of education. So what is my ROI? So first thing is, these are the records I've taken from Deloitte. If at the end of the training, I will also post this Deloitte report to you, which will be very useful for you. United States spends around 80% of their GDP on education. And 80% of adults in the United States consider college education is having poor return on investment, because the same situation in India is also faced in US, because many are unemployed, especially the Black communities, the Hispanic communities. Only the Caucasian community is getting more job prospects, and inequality in US. That's one of the major topic which is burning in US now. So the education in colleges is not yielding the perfect job. They are doing some course and they are landing in some job. So there is a disparity between what they study and what they work. And the new learners, in my father's days, my father worked in a school. So his education is for 21 years of education and 37 years of work, or 35 years of work, and rest 20 years of retirement. This is what is my father's day. In my day, 24 years of education, and then in between I started working in some company. Then I started my own company. Now I'm learning a lot. So on the job learning is happening every day. And my retirement will be around 65 or 75, or I can fix my retirement. The next generation, whom we are addressing now, is going to be a totally different. They study till 18 years, they will go for a job, they will come back at the age of 23, again they will take a course, then they will go back and work something what they are passionate about, and then they will come back at the age of 35, they will take another course, and in between they will do a lot of short-term courses, continuously engaging them with the changes that is happening in the industry. So for them, the next generation, lifelong learning is the new mantra. It's not going to be study, work, retire phase. It's going to be a lifelong learning. So our educational institution should be tuned towards that particular audience. So we call them as a multi-generational learning force, or multi-generational student force. A guy who's 45 can come and take a course from you. A guy with 35 years, with 20 years of industry experience will come and take a course from you. So that's kind of a thing that is going to happen. That's already happening in US and other countries. So when those kind of multi-generational learners comes, how best we are going to give an ecosystem for them, because the audience is going to be heterogeneous. As of now, it's all homogeneous crowd, where all aged between 18 and 22 or 18, So whereas when we have multi-generational audience, we will be having an audience at the age of 40. We also have an audience at the age of 55. people who worked and take a break, or who took a VRS come and take a course from you. So you should be a multi-dimensional from now on to address the market need, which is going to arise from now on. Last week, one of my friend who worked in Cognizant got laid off. He was a director in one of the division. He's around 50 years now. Now he is jobless and he is searching for a job. And wherever he goes, he is facing two challenges. One is the industry expected technology is not in a skill set. And secondly, the payment what they paid in Cognizant is not being matched by any other company. So how we are going to address those kind of challenges with our educational system? So what are the courses that they need to do? How we can skill a person with short span rather than a 4-year degree? Can an institution give some short-term courses where immediately they can take a course and they can apply for jobs, instead of theory providing solutions? How we can do simulated environment, industry connect, how we can accumulate ourselves with industry, market experts, industry experts, how we can synergize with them and do that. So these are all the return of investment a guy who's going to come will expect from you. So this is really important. The guy is not coming and joining for a degree from now on. He will expect what is the return on investment for the money I'm going to invest for my education. So this is one of the major transition that we are going to see from now on. Now, when it comes to learning solutions, as of now, what we are doing is, we are imparting knowledge. When student comes, at the end of the 4 years time, we are imparting so much of knowledge to him, which will make him fulfill the educational criteria for passing the exams, as well as he getting into a corporate, or transiting into a corporate. So this is the idea that we are following now. From now on, the digital, the 2.0 of education, or the edutech, what we need to do is we need to do a learning consulting. A guy joins, what is his core strength? Is he a verbal learner? Is he a kinesthetic learner? Is he an auditory learner? So we need to have a learning map, and then we need to create content for him. And when it comes to content services, we need to have a dynamic content. At present, what we have is a static content, which we are using for 3 years. So every 6 months, the subjects are going to be updated based on the industry changes. So that's going to be a challenge. And the institution has to tie up with some content service provider, where on-demand content can be get from the industry provider. And then when it comes to translation and localization services, your future students are not going to be from Tamil Nadu. They may be from any part of the world. So you need to have those capabilities, because when you want to attract more crowd, not even from India, you have emerging countries like Bhutan, Bangladesh, Nepal, the SAARC countries, or African communities, because they can afford our cost. I'm not expecting people from US or UK to join, but people who cannot afford good education from US or UK or Australia, the next destination should be India, because that's how we are projecting our educational plan. So we need to have translation and localization service to attract the future crowd from Africa, Southeast Asia, and other places. And also we need to have tie up with learning platform solution providers. Most of the people studied or taken some course from Coursera, Udemy, Pluralsight, LinkedIn Learning. These are all the platform where you are taking courses, but we are not aligning with what subjects we are as per our syllabus in our the college approved or the university affiliated syllabus. So from now on, the solution, the institution is going to play a role to align the learning platform with respect to how they can customize for their syllabus in their curriculum. And finally, managed learning services is what, when people from different walks of life comes and takes one course, how we are going to manage the learning services, because A 40-year guy with 20 years experience in the industry's questions are going to be different. A guy who passed out of school and coming and joining and taking a course is going to have a different set of questions and queries he's going to handle. So how we are going to manage the learning services when we have heterogeneous crowd? So these are all the challenges, and these are all the things which we need to upgrade immediately for our institution to scale up to the next change. When it comes to the content, the first thing what we need to do as of now, what we are doing is, as I'm sharing some PPT and I'm doing a session, but from now on, your way of handling training is going to be totally different. So we need to have a highly engaging content because of the retention span. My son was taking some online class from a school, and most of the students are not engaged because the school is also not having any engaging tool, and the school, the teachers are pressurized to handle 6 hours of class in a day. And these guys, after the 15 minutes of class, they are losing the touch. And to be honest, my wife is sitting in the class on behalf of him and taking the notes. That's the kind of situation we are in. So unless otherwise we have a highly engaged content, it's really tough for us to retain the attention span of a student. And secondly, we need to focus on creating, sharing an instructional design content. So why I am putting this slide, why I am putting this picture, if you see this classroom, the future classroom is going to be like a garden, and it's highly student centric. Now, most of the institutions are institution centric or degree centric. Now the change is going to be student centric. So we need to have a total change how I'm going to deliver a particular content for him, which will enrich the student. So that's going to be our focus from now on. It's not going to cover the topic, cover the degree, or cover the syllabus for him to pass the degree. It's going to be student centric, how this guy is going to learn, and how we are going to evaluate, how we are going to assess the kind of learning that is happening during the session, and how this guy is performing over the exams and over the assessments, how he is performing. So it's all return on investment based. And the final thing, the three important aspects that we are going to focus is from now on is what is the skill level that he is in. So most of the educational institution is going to have a skill map history or a skill repository of each and every student. Before they finish the school, before they finish the college, they will have a skill repository and skill matrix of each and every individual student, and how what kind of job creation we can do for him. Unless otherwise, we are sure that the people will not invest their hard-earned money for the education. That's going to be the future. So now there are three different connectors in digital education 2.0. The connector number one is teachers, students, maybe parents, peers, and other people. The connector number two is the institutions, the workplace educators like us, the corporate training company, because we know what is the skill enhancement or upskilling required in technology companies or manufacturing companies. And the third category is going to be the education technology services providers. So now, from now on, the institution has to collaborate with these three people to provide a beautiful digital education. Previously, it's all working on silos or standalone mode. Now it's going to be in a convergent mode or cohesive mode or synergized mode. So let me take a picture. So if you see the picture, previously, institution will be in the center and teacher student will be in the other periphery. Since the thing is changed, the student is in the center, and teachers, parents, and administration is the education administration, or in the second periphery, and peer-to-peer social networks is in the third periphery. Corporate and business community will also come and play a role. real world experts and mentors will come and play a role, and external innovation lab is also going to come and play a role. So now we need to integrate all these people. Previously it was educational institution, maybe a professor and student. So these three thing is was the old model. Now the new model is a totally different picture. So first, a student, teacher, and the parents will be in the first periphery. So they need to do certain things, and the educational institutions, the university has to do certain things, and the real world and the external innovation lab, corporates and peer-to-peer will going to play another role. So student will join you for a course, and you are collaborating with parents, digital technology solutions, your existing professors and lecturers, and the administration. They're all going to synergize and work to make sure they are going to get a prospective job at the end of the thing. So the government has to assure. So government, educational institution, student, everybody is going to associate and work. And that's why the central government is also drafting the new education policy, which covers all these three parameters. So when we talk about the digital education, one of the major thing is, now we have all videos, and in all silos we are having, we have certain slides, we have certain books, we have certain PDF document, we have certain question and answer. So we are using all these things. So from now on, we need to go and have a upgraded cloud LMS, learning management system. So if you have a learning management system, it's very, very easy for you to map the audience learning experience. So from now on, it's not going to be how much they learn. The learning gaining is changing to learning experience. So how best experience you are providing over your deliverable content. So the cloud LMS is one of the important thing. Now there are a lot of free clouds available. Moodle is one of the free LMS that is being supported. So you can create your own cloud environment and put it in Amazon.com. We can put different courses, and we can assign students. We can assign administrator to monitor their performance. So in a single button, you can see their learning curve from day 1 to day 20, or day 1 to day 100, or day 200. So how best they are learning. So it's mandatory for organizations to move into a cloud-based LMS. And secondly, you need to create a content which is highly engaging. And the videos are, it's all going to be a short micro videos. Instead of 30 minutes videos, you need to crop it to 3 minutes, consumable videos, so that the participant can highly engage. Any video which is, even if you're watching a YouTube video, if it is more than 3 minutes, you yourself will not watch, unless otherwise it's highly engaging or highly informative. So we need to have a kind of chunked videos, chunked animated stuffs, to have the student in mind, and we need to give a consumable, deliver consumable videos which they can, which will be useful for them. So this is one of the best thing what we are going to address now. One is content is the king. Even though you have a good subject to teach, you have umpteen number of experience in handling that subject, if your content is not engaging to anybody, definitely you are going to lose your audience. So how to create engaging content? How we can put much visually rich content? That's one of the major thing. So we need to know how to present our content in an engaging way, and we need to add a lot of role plays. We need to add a lot of questionnaires, quizzes. We need to add more scenario based exercises rather than simply giving some exercises. So these are all the content specialist will do. So you will have in every department, there'll be one person called content curator, one person called content specialist. Content curator will bring the content from externally available from social media, and he will tailor make it for your organization or tailor make it based on your syllabus and put it in your LMS. And the content specialist will be a guy who will create content for you, create animation for you, who can create all your recordings, your teaching recordings, and make it into highly engaging content. So these are all the people that we need to identify within our team for the next boom or the next way of digital education. So as we see in the diagram, the student teacher and the role that they are going to play is totally going to be student centric. So parents' role is also making sure the student is getting a highly engaging, valuable course because they are investing a lot of money. Teacher's job is also to provide an excellent content which is consumable by student and which is highly reusable, because the content creation which will lead to a lot of cost and other things. So we need to have a reusable content. There are two types of content. One is dynamic content, and one is less shelf life content. Say for an example, if it is a technology content, the shelf life. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm hearing some noise. Okay. So how we are going to have a highly engaging, highly gamified thing, and how we can add virtual augmented reality in our learning, how we can give artificial intelligence driven learning. So these are all the things that is happening in the industry. I visited. So this is me. I am in a paragliding. The moment I wear the glass and sit on this particular equipment, I am feeling I was around, flying in the air. I was just pushed out of an aircraft where I am doing a paragliding. I was having a real-time experience in this. I never ever been in this situation previously, but it was highly engaging. It was I physically there is nothing. The small metal frame with the hand holding, and there are a lot of buttons. I know in one of the thing I was pressing a button. The moment I press the button, it will come down. The moment I lift it, I will go up. And the VR glass which I was wearing it's simple instrument. So this is how the future learnings are going to be. The simulated learnings are going to be. So how we are going to do this? This requires a lot of cost and other thing. For that only we have a lot of service providers, and where we can take those services on a monthly contract where our cost is reduced. So we are not going to invest on this, but people have come up with a lot of these kind of solutions. So how we can integrate those learnings in our curriculum. So this is going to be this is AR VR based gamified learning. And I was in a test drive with a driverless vehicle. It was autonomous car. So if it is an automobile department or mechanical department, so these are all the things which the organization has to give the experience. So the moment you sit, you feel like you are sitting in an office, and you can change the screen. You don't feel like you are traveling. You feel like you are in a small room in a meeting room or something like that, or a waiting room or a small meeting room. But we are traveling. The vehicle is traveling at the speed of 50 kilometers per hour, and the moment you go and sit in the car, you just need to press where you want to go. Home, it will say office, it will say shop, or you can just in your mobile you can just put the address. It will automatically take you to that place. And this is going to be the future shopping. People are not going to go to a shopping mall or something like that. If you keep on clicking this screen, you can see whatever products, the same what supermarket is displayed there. All you need to do is just put your finger, and pull that particular product into the mid box, and you pay, and it will be home delivered using a drone. So this is the new technology that is coming, and new things are happening. So we need to move towards the new area of learning rather than the conventional. So people are expecting real-time experience. So this is the time for us to provide those kind of solutions, those kind of things, and we need to align to what the world is moving towards. Otherwise, we will lose a captive audience and the dynamic audience, multi-generational audience, and we will be succumbed to a limited audience in the future. Last year, when any guy bring a mobile phone, it's a punishable offense. Now everybody is learning through mobile, and everybody is connected through mobile. So now we have a beautiful mobile, how best we can provide learning solutions through mobile platforms. So this is one of the highly important area where using apps we can learn certain things, using existing or new learning apps, how we can create app for our particular department, and how a consumable content can be shared through mobile platform. For developing these rich content, these are all the tools most of the people use. If you are from computer science background or information technology background, you know most of these things. So these are all the tools which we use to create a highly engaging e-learning content. We have animation tools, we have authoring tools, we have media tools, we have handheld mobile tools, we have simulation tools and sound tools. So these are all the combination of tools we are going to make a highly engaging content. The next topic what I'm going to talk is about is a micro learning. Hello? I'm hearing some noise. Hello?
Sir, it is audible, sir. You can start.
Okay. I'm hearing some noise, so that's the reason. Okay. So micro learning is, instead of giving 1 hour of content, how I can give 2 minutes, 3 minutes content, which will enhance my learning. So we are creating for corporates. We work for a company called L&T. So L&T, they want during the break, they want an employee to learn new technology. So we are creating a choppable micro level content or micro learning content, and every 3 minutes content will have 3 questions. If they attend 3 questions, if the questions are right, they are going to get some prize from the learning and development team. So this is highly engaging for them. So these are all the services which we are going to use it. The content should be ready to go content. You need to have video production. These are all the department which you need to have, or the team you need to have to create a highly engaging content in future. So development services, content services, design, and video projection. So if you have these 4 teams, then you can create a wonderful, highly engaging content. So when it comes to content level development, there are 4 categories of content. One is basic content. At present, what you are using is a basic content where you have a PPT and I am delivering a content. The second level is intermediate, limited, interactive. So instead of me, a voiceover will talk with an animation. Complex and highly interactive is, it will have a lot of simulations. It will have more engaging things. So as if I'm seeing how it works in a 3-dimensional way. And the fourth thing is gamification and simulation. I showed you some picture how the learning is happening. I don't know how to do a paragliding, but I feel the entire experience as if I'm doing a paragliding. So that kind of experience is happening through gamification and simulation environment. So maybe in the next 2 years, we can focus on level 2 content to make sure the audience are highly engaged and making the full benefit of your e-learning content. So these are all the industry focus which you need to work. Industry, so you can collaborate with, since your organization is in Hosur, you can connect with all the industry around you, and you can create content for them. You can create industry connect, and you can deliver a lot of courses, or you can collaborate with them and understand what is the technology or what is the domain they need more people in. So those people will come and you can have a synergized content where you can deliver to the existing students, and also you can deliver to the employees who are working in the organization. So the thing is, you need to have the customer focus. The customer focus is the student focus. The right people to create right content. The content should be rich domain experience. It should have a robust delivery methodologies, and you need to have an on-time delivery, because when you wait for new content, or when you wait longer for investing on content, you will lose the audience. So you have to be the first, and you need to take a step ahead of what the other educational institutions are doing. So if you don't create that differentiator, you will not be in the competition race. So you will lose to the major players in the industry. So these are all the technology things which you need to focus on: robotics, artificial intelligence, cognitive computing, machine learning, deep learning, Internet of Things, robotic automation processes. So if you focus more on these areas, it will be good for attracting multi-generational audience rather than the conventional grad school, high school pass out crowd. And also you need to work with these domain technology areas. So you need to work with retail technology, fintech, auto tech, healthcare tech, energy technology, advanced manufacturing, aerospace, technology, media and telecommunication, logistics. So you need to collaborate with these people and understand what kind of courses they may require. And since you develop for them, then you will have more industry connect, and it's easy for you to transit your existing crowd into corporates. So to be precise, the corporate and the academic skill gaps has to be addressed using our new educational digital education, or edu tech I call. And gaining new skills in short span is going to be the future. Hands-on experience with simulations is the next mantra for everyone. They are not interested to spend 4 years, because the 40-year guy has to take a break for 4 years of 3 months or 4 months and gain certain new skills, and he need to go back. So we need to create an environment and ecosystem for that, and developing common core standard to raise student skill level. So this should be our next vision statement for organization. So where a guy comes, what is his skill level? At the end of the thing, how best I can raise his skill level for him to be highly competitive in the industry. For that, I need to provide a good LMS, have a highly engaging content. I need to have a good e-learning. I need to have a content curator. I need to have a content developer. So all these teams synergize together with your help and support, where you be the subject matter experts, and these people create a highly engaging factor. So the subject matter expert and the engaging factor goes in, the skill accumulation will be more in the future. So thank you so much. I exactly took 44 minutes to complete. And this is my time to answer your questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The session was very wonderful, and it is need for the day.
Okay.
Yes, what we professors we are facing, and even professors, we have to update ourselves in this
Correct,
technology area. That is the thing. Since most of the technology still we are not aware about this.
Yes, madam.
Professors, teachers are always the learners.
Correct.
So we have to learn. Participants, if you have any query in chat box, still I didn't receive any query. Participants, professors, if you have any queries, you can ask. This is an open forum. So
yeah, this is an open forum, and
yes, so we are all a peer group. So we are facing lot of problem in the online classes.
Yes, madam.
Because
see, the thing is, we were not ready, and our homes are not ready for work from home. See, the first week, we were struggling, because when when I have around 25 employees in this particular location. So when we ask them to go to their natives and connect, they don't have an internet facility. They don't have. So we need to ship certain equipments for them to connect and work. A lot of challenges are there in work from home. Whereas if you go to US, most of the homes will have a separate room. They call this as a work from home office. So in India, that is not the situation. Now it's going to change. It's going to change, and we need to be ready for the next wave.
Yes, really. In Western countries, people are equipped with the technologies, but it is not reached our country, not that. Now, the people who are in the age of 45 or 50, people are even not knowing how to handle the smartphone. This is again. So, how they will take classes with digital in online?
Correct.
So, that again is a very...
The thing is, we are in a new world called learning is lifelong.
Yes.
So if we don't upgrade, we cannot expect the people in our group or the students to upgrade.
Learning is not only learning with updated technologies. So learning, usually people will learn, people read through books but now there is a tremendous transition. So from just normal teaching and learning, we have shifted in the other part. So there is any professors, if you want to share your thoughts. See here, just we are discussing only the general things about the teaching and education system of digital on the digital platform.
Correct.
So, other professors from other state, they can share your views and ideas so that we can get the awareness.
Correct.
Totally around 92 participants are here. 90 participants are here. So
yeah, you can ask your questions. It's your
any
question
questions you can post, or just 2-3 minutes you can also talk.
Okay. See, now we call this as a new paradigm shift. The paradigm shift is, the month of August is not going to be like the month of February we were in. So unless otherwise we understand the transition. So now as learning providers or the education providers, we need to be ready before the next batch of students come and hit our campus. So now the parents are worried how my safety of my children is going to be, and how if it is going to be work from home education, or the schools are not going to open. So how best they are going to learn. So these are all the questions the parents are having, and student is also perplexed because they are not having a clarity, and they are not equipped to go for an online learning mode, because till now from LKG to 12th standard they were totally depending on the guidance of teachers. Now how we are going to have that human touch, or how we are going to give that human aspect using online training, because when you are in a classroom session you have a lot of time to go and talk to them, or when you are handling session you just walk around and see some sad faces and ask, hey, what's happening to you, or the guys will come openly and talk to you. Now in this scenario on online session we are very, very formal, and we become very formal now. We are not even asking, hey, how are you and all. We are straight away bang into the professional approach, and we really don't know what kind of circumstances they are in. So the student, how, if you are having a classroom session, you have a lot of human touch, or the humanness you are giving. So how we are going to do that through online? So what kind of counseling you are going to give? The student is not performing. How we are going to motivate them? And how we are going to give them an extra push for the student? We really don't know the student's mindset. So these are all the questions, the humanity side questions we need to address, because before August, the new batch come and hits our campus. if you are not ready for the human aspects, if you are not ready for delivering in digital with confidence and having a minimum basic LMS, it's really tough. It's really tough because the audience will lose interest, and you cannot attract new audience from across location. And I have a question. What is your opinion on Moodle platform? Moodle platform is really good. Moodle is an open source. So what you need to do is you need to take that Moodle, download the Moodle, and you need to customize it and configure it. That is the challenging part, and that is really challenging part. If you don't have a real-time LMS expert, it's really tough for you to configure it, because it has single sign-on and all these aspects are there. So SSO is there, single sign-on connectivity is there, and so you need to have expert. The Moodle platform is free. If you are taking an external consultant to configure and put a Moodle in your space, you need to spend money for it. I hope I answered your question, sir.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Really, we had a wonderful session today, and we enjoyed a lot. This is need for the day again. So thank you very much. Even you are in your busy schedule, you accepted our invitation.
I'm really happy to collaborate with your institution in case you need any support. I can support you with as a industry connect. I can support you. I also support you as an external consultant. It's my compliment. We are not charging because we are charging good money from corporates.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So in future also, extend your support and guidance for our institute. Thank you.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much. I want to thank all the participants, 94 participants, and I also want to thank the college authorities, Professor Dr. Swamidas, Madam, and all the other people for giving me this opportunity to discuss and meet. It's really wonderful to be part of you, and anytime you can call, I'll be definitely be there, or I will provide my solutions. Even I can handle some sessions in case your teachers want to upgrade how they can move step by step into digital education.
Yes, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you all the participants. Tomorrow also the session will be started sharply by 11 o'clock. Tomorrow we are going to see the research perspective in mobile communication. Dr. Bhuvaneshwari from Anna University. So please stay connected. Please stay at home. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Somebody asked my number. I think, Madam, you can share with them.
Yes, sure, sir. And somebody asked, the session is recorded. Actually, the session is telecasted as a live in YouTube also. So
thank you so much. Maybe you can share the link. I can share with my.
Sir, already it has shared with your mobile, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
The link has so live also going on. So there many professors has connected there.
Okay.
Tomorrow also we will have the live session also. So the number and everything I will share with you. The recorded part, if anybody want personally, you can contact us and we will share this, because the length is around 45 minutes session. So it is very difficult to share with the mail. So I will share you personally. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.